Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective, man. I'm just posted up in my office space. Decided to do a quick little video. Let y'all see how I'm living. Nothing major, man. Just sitting here at the office space, wanting to do a video and really talk about this blue magic. The reality of it is doing this little quick study. Uh, Took me about 30 minutes, maybe an hour to put this slideshow together that I'm gonna present to y'all. After I was finished with it, I got a $500 order. So it's real like that for me. And it's always been real like that for me. When it comes to any of my books, they've only helped me get to the success that I want to get to. My last book, Spiritual Being Having a Human Experience, it actually opened me up to things that I really wanted my whole entire life. And beyond that, Blue Magic is really helping me get to a financial level that I wanted to get to my whole life. I've been intentional my whole life, but I've never been intentional about being rich. I know for a fact that something within the way that I think, the way that I process life, um, I did not think that I could be rich. So therefore, I felt bad about it. And quite naturally, I didn't become rich. Only till recently, where I had the distinct intention to become rich because I did the etymology on rich, which means mighty, strong, powerful, nothing to be ashamed about, nothing to be afraid of. So, with that, I've been working on this Blue Magic series for the last 2 years, in the process of compiling it, making it to a viable handbook and journal. Usually, every birthday, I either have a class or I either have a book. This year, I'm going to have a book titled Blue Magic. Now, Blue Magic is not for wealthy people, it's not for rich people, because guess what? They don't need a book on how to become wealthy because they already are wealthy. Blue Magic is for people who struggle financially, into metaphysics, and want to utilize metaphysical concepts, spiritual concepts to help them get a bag. Now, nothing more personal than your financial life, and there is no reason for you to struggle financially. Me, I'm just a regular person utilizing specific Blue Magic tools that, really help me. And like, I'm just a regular guy, meaning that I don't feel like there's nothing special about me per se. And utilizing metaphysics is not about being a special person. Utilizing metaphysics is simply about uh, using a format, using a system to get benefits, whether it's love, success, finances, travel, you just name it. Metaphysics is the roadmap to help you. So I just now noticed this when cultivating the description, because I've been just working on a working description. I just updated that description today. So far, this is what I have in explaining what blue magic is, because it is a hard concept to explain. But a rough draft version. Unlock the metaphysical principles that pave the way to financial success with Blue Magic. This is a wealth magic, a handbook, and a journal. So just as building requires a blueprint to be constructed, and I was like, blueprint, blue magic. I never put that together, but I did today. Uh, but it's real. Your financial success is already encoded in your DNA. And all you need to do is deal with spirituality, metaphysics in a real way. You must learn yourself. So the download that I got was that spirituality is just simply learning yourself. The more you learn yourself, because you are a spirit, You are not a physical vessel, you are a spirit. And the more that you understand, overstand, and understand that, the easier your life will be. The more that you think that you're a physical being, I can say this stuff a million times on this channel, but it really takes you to really understand that you are a spiritual being to make this shit click. So, blue magic is a specific set of metaphysical tools that bring you into alignment with your financial bounty. Now, will you get blue magic? You read the first page. Will you get $1 million? No. It's extremely extensive. It's a lot of hard work. And at the end of the day, it's going to require a lot of action on your part. This is not a book about doing spells and magic and money magically coming into your life, because that way of thinking is why you're probably poor today, because you think that shit comes without action. But faith without works is dead, and that's the honest to God truth. Amen. So I'm going to tether these conversations in reference to this conversation is absolutely free. If you are into what I'm talking about in reference to the slideshow, then what you can begin to do is click the link in the description. Click the link in the description. And once you click the link in the description, you would be able to get to the masterclass on gratitude, which is an article, much more intensive, much more in depth, will help you, but you don't read these articles for free. All of the Blue Magic articles they have, like if I'm talking about making money, I have to, without a shadow of a doubt, charge for the information, because it's just not, I mean, $5 ain't going to make or break you. It's $5 a month and you get access to all articles. I'm not charging $5 an article or nothing like that. So what it breaks down to, if I'm doing an article a week on Blue Magic, you break that down, that's $1.25 an article. Plus, I'm doing new moon and full moon updates with worksheets that you can do in reference to the moons and full moons. So most of those are free. So if I'm doing 20 articles a month, you divide that by $5. Come on now. That's basically 25 cents an article or something like that. And it supports me being an independent creator. And it allows me to help myself. But at the same time, none of my content is solely to help me. If you understand the power of gratitude, you can open yourself up to so much potential financially. And we're going to get into the nitty gritty of this. Not really, but if you really want to get into the nitty gritty, you can get the article, which will give you access to the concept. Now, the book, on the other hand, is a study guide associated with it and a journal space. So I'm not giving the study guides on the Substack. Maybe at the end of it all, I'll give like a separate PDF with all of the study guides, maybe for, maybe not. But I want people to buy the book, whether PDF or paper book, because at the end of the day, there is no reason, there is no excuse to be poor. And I'm not doing this for people who are already rich. I'm doing this for people like myself who struggle financially, that want to get out of their predicament. See, I was in a bad predicament, but now I'm not in a bad predicament. Right now, I'm in a good predicament, and now she want me. One's in the chat if y'all can hear me okay, but we're going to get into the 5 steps of gratitude. And so how I saw this was a pyramid that we're going to build up from the bottom up, right? So you might see the top, but the top is the final piece. We're going to work this from the bottom up. So we're going to start with gratitude, the power of gratitude, and how gratitude is the foundation of your abundant mindset. And we'll explain why. And we'll also explain why you have a lack mindset, because you're centered in desire. Desire is a simple way of saying separation. Separation is the devil. When you are separated from God, anything you partake in is devilish. That's why a lot of things are demonic, from your job to your relationship to your social circle to your neighborhood, because there is no centeredness in the grand architect of the reality. So you want things, you desire things, and therefore you're separated from God. A lot of this could be absolved by simply fully understanding and understanding that you are deeply connected to the creator that exists within you. I mean, when I'm talking to people and I'm feeling the energy and they're explaining what they desire so much and what they need so much, it's just like, God, can't you just be happy with what you got? Can't you just be happy for what you have? Like, I spend a lot of time just being grateful. Gratitude is the basis for all financial success. Nextly, we'll talk about emotional states. Understanding what creates emotional state is very powerful. So we'll dig deep into that. We'll also dig deep into an intentional mindset. So if you don't want to be rich, this is not a conversation for you. If you're happy, struggling financially, this is not a conversation for you. If you find the joy in being broke and make do with what you have, this conversation isn't for you. This is for the people that want to be intentional about becoming rich. Because if you're not intentional about what you want out of life, your actions are going to be any type of way. But if you just make a declaration, if you declare, I want to become rich, now you have to be accountable and now you have to be action based. See, what most spiritual people don't talk about is action. So we'll finish off with that concept being the premier concept to elevate your spiritual life and spiritual development. You must act, but act in accordance with what? Gratitude. So the purpose of this conversation is to show you how deep the rabbit hole goes when it comes to being grateful. What are you grateful for? Gratitude for the past. Now, this is a hard one for people to wrap their mind around. Gratitude for the past. If you have a bad financial situation, 10 times out of 10, you're not grateful for the past, you're regretful for the past. You can't stand the past. You hate the past. You are trying to forget the past. And because of that, you're not grateful for the present moment. And when you're not grateful for the present, you can't be grateful for the future. So what do we mean by grateful for the future? Having a lot of money to live a full life. Not having enough money to pay your rent, not having enough money to get by, but having enough money to have enough vehicles to travel, enough extra finances to, take your kids to, taekwondo or whatever the case may be, trips, things of that nature. That would be something that you would be grateful for. But say, for instance, you're just in a monotonous loop of survival. It can stem, like some of you guys, let's talk about this for a second, because some of you have great jobs making a lot of money, but you're rent poor. Rent poor is when you spend a majority of your money on your rent. So you make a lot of money, but that money goes towards the car and the rent, and you have little to show for it, not enough money to go on vacations, not enough money to travel. You're just basically making do. And that stems from a traumatic past. You hate your father, you hate your mother, you hate your brother, you hate your town, you hate your ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, you hate that person that robbed you. All of these particular bad memories, in what you think it does, it inspires you, it drives you. No, it keeps you broke. Whenever you can't say, I'm grateful that I had a fucked up mom because it brought me to this place that I am. I'm grateful for having an absentee dad because it brought me to this place that I am. I'm grateful for being a man. I'm grateful for being a woman. Whatever it is that you've experienced, you should be grateful for it so you can get out of this loop that you find yourself in monotonously chasing the rent or whatever it is that you're chasing. To get over and beyond it, the foundation to all things is gratitude, because gratitude is a magical device. Gratitude is a magical tool. Gratitude, it is an intention setter. When you set the intention to be grateful, you then create scenarios for things you are grateful for. So very, very simple. It says in the Bible, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, in everything we give thanks. Not in some things, not in when things go good for me, right? I'm grateful for things that are good for me. Wrong answer. I'm grateful that I have a good husband. Wrong answer. I'm grateful because I have smart and beautiful kids. Wrong answer. The idea is to be grateful in all things, because this allows for, this is metaphysics. This is a mindset. Whatever I've ever experienced, I should be grateful for. And how do we tie this back into? We tie this back into accountability. See, you have to be grateful for your higher self, whatever situation it puts you in. Because if your higher self can put you in a fucked up position, guess what it can also do? It can put you in a wonderful position, because it's all metaphysical. One's in the chat. If you ever been into a negative situation, so negative that it begins to be like tripped out, like you're tripped out by it. Like, what the hell? Now this is just too crazy, right? You ever been in a situation where it's so bad that it becomes unreal, like you just easily become detached, and you just be like, I don't even give a fuck no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the project, so what? You know, it don't begin to get so bad. You just like, let me just smoke a blunt and reorder my steps, right? This would be a normal disposition, because things can easily get from good to bad or bad to worse depending on the mindset. So wherever you're at in this life, this time, you can alter and change your mindset. That's what Blue Magic essentially is about. Because I'm writing this book more or less like a leap of faith, right? That people are having trouble financially. They read the book, they reorder their life financially, and then they just give the book to somebody else, right? If somebody asks them, man, how'd you make all of this money, motherfucker? Like, where'd you get this money from? They'd be like, look, take this book, read it to a T, read the study guide, take the notes. You have a soul. Your soul is powerful. Your soul is so powerful that it can create a negative situation. Think about that. It's just like, look what we can do. We in the projects now. And it's like, wait a second, redirect the energy, because it's trippy living in the projects. You got to work very, very hard to be impoverished, right? You got to spend a lot of money to be broke. So in reference to making a lot of money, saving a lot of money, investing a lot of money, this is a perfect time, because the way that society goes to shit, right? You could be caught up in the hysteria, mass hysteria, or you could just take notes from what they did in 2001 and 2008. Take advantage of people's fear, right? Leverage this particular energy and area to know, like, okay, people will panic like it's the end of the world, but let's just imagine that it's not the end of the world. Let's imagine that things will bounce back stronger and better than ever. Just like if I have a basketball and I throw the basketball down hard as hell, hard as I possibly can, and I throw it on the ground, guess what it do? It bounce straight back up in the air. And the harder I throw it down on the ground, guess what? The higher it's going to bounce back. And so this is life. We live in a world where it's centered by water, and water exists in a wave. It goes up and down. It ebbs, it flows. The moon waxes and wanes, and we can never get outside of that. So if you on a downturn, guess what? Give thanks. If you on an upturn, guess what? Give thanks. Give thanks in everything. This is the basis. Oh, my baby mama left me. Give thanks. One's in the chat. Oh, my, come on now. y'all can keep it real with the Hood Mystic channel. At some point, you was kind of happy when she left. Was in the chat. You low-key wasn't that mad when your baby daddy left for real. You sad about it, but at the same time, give thanks. In everything, give thanks. Right? That's the basis, the foundation of blue magic. The next thing that we're going to talk about is desire and separation. Now, this comes from A Course in Miracles. This is one of the first long-form metaphysical books that I read, and it changed my life. What I mean that it changed my life is that I was always, I felt like the brokest nigga ever, right? I felt like I would have never got it together. When everybody was making money, I was just looking at them like, man, I was sitting them goddamn summers, it'd be hot out. I ain't have no goddamn money. Niggas would be out having fun. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, God damn, when will my day come? So I always felt like that. I always carried that energy. And so I started reading A Course in Miracles, and I realized, damn, I'm carrying this energy. Fuck. I'm thinking that I'm broke or I'm not going to be. I didn't have no real metaphysical direction for my life. Therefore, I struggled financially. But up until I started reading A Course in Miracles, I can say like I ain't never been broke, or I've had ups and downs and it's been shaky spots. But these metaphysical tools, one of the main metaphysical tools is understanding that within me, the God force energy exists within me. And what meditation does, it shows you that. What psychedelics does, it shows you that. What dreams do is it shows you that God exists within you. So if this is your primal point of position, then your natural result is gratitude. This is something that you must grab a hold of. You must understand. If you like fuck everything else, you got to find God within yourself. Because your troubles root from you imagining that God is not within you, that God is at the church somewhere, at the reverend, God is in heaven, all of these particular things. You don't have any integrity. You don't have any dominion, right? You just exist in a world where you're just this individual human being that can just fuck anybody and whatever. No. You have a specific plan. You have a blueprint, right? You have a mode of operation that if you just simply follow it, if you simply know that it's there and you follow it, you will not struggle. You will not hurt. You will not be broken. You will stand tall, right? What does it mean to be rich? Mighty, strong, powerful. Once again, your ideas of richness are imagination based. So if you imagine yourself to be broke, if you imagine yourself to just be a human being, a physical vessel, then you're behind the 8 ball. It's going to be harder for spiritual beings because you are a spiritual being. And it's only hard because you view yourself in a negative light and you don't understand how much power you actually have, right? So this is from A Course in Miracles, where they're basically talking about the devil, but we utilize the devil to explain desire, and desire and the devil are just means of saying that you are separated from source. You're living, you're breathing, your heart is beating, blood is pumping through your body, you have nerves, you can think, smile, laugh, play, but you do not understand that God lives within you. Nothing externally is keeping your heart beating. That is an internal device called your mind. The mind is all, okay? You have a subconscious mind and a conscious mind. The conscious mind can be unified with the subconscious mind, which will equate to masculine and feminine, which will equate to God force energy. When you start a car, you utilize the positive and negative charge, right? And if you just get out of the conscious mind, separate from the conscious mind, connect to the subconscious mind, you will get what you want. But if you think that for a second that God doesn't live within you and you don't have to connect with it, This motherfucking shit gonna be hard. So we have discussed the fall of separation before, but its meaning must be clearly understood. We got to understand separation. Separation is a system of thought real enough in time, though not in eternity. All beliefs are real to the believer. So if you believe that you're a human being, that is real to you. If you believe that God exists within you, giving you a plan to be as successful as you possibly can, and all you have to do is follow it, guess what? You can believe that too. Because a lot of y'all got family members that's Christians that y'all got to ask for loans. Because the spiritual shit of hotepery is not giving you no coins in your pocket. Because this is actually taboo when it comes to spiritual people, right? If I start talking about money, now all of a sudden I'm no longer spiritual. But I can't ask y'all to pay my bills. I'm sorry. I can't. I got a fucking phone bill that's $500. I got to figure out how to pay that shit. And I can't pay it with ashes and hoteperies. I tried to do that shit that they was talking about on YouTube. I did try it. It's our social security is connected to our bank accounts. I tried to do that shit. Federales was knocking on my door. One's in the chat. Federales was like, "What the fuck you think you doing?" Oh, goofy ass nigga. What the fuck? What you trying to pay with your goddamn social security, nigga? Where you learn this from? YouTube? Google, you Telegram, nigga? What they said, you can buy some shit off Amazon with your social security card, that your social security number is connected to the bank. You think you trying to buy some gift cards? Try again, bozo. They were lying. They were lying. I've tried all of the scams, and the only thing that worked is realizing that God exists within me. And when I forget, I'm a struggle. When I remember, things get better. And it's easy to forget. That's why I got to stay on top of my own ass. Pause. Now let's get into this. The fruit of only one tree was forbidden, quote unquote, in the symbolic garden, but God could not have forbidden it, or it could not have been eaten. That's like, all right, say for instance, it's forbidden to eat oil. Well, that's good that it's forbidden to eat oil because we can't just find oil, right? It's a lot of things that we just don't have access to that we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not eating a hot plate of fire or no shit like that. Because, you know, God is very smart. So there is no secrets. This is the hot shit that I'm putting down for you. There is no secrets. There is no mysteries. You just might be a little bit too lazy to find God within yourself. How about that? You might be a little bit too preoccupied or too distracted to meditate. How about that? It ain't no hard thing about this shit. You might not actually believe that the God force energy exists within you. And though your heart is beating, though the blood is pumping through your body, though you're breathing, though your nerves is firing, you would still think that, you know, your baby daddy ain't shit, right? As if your baby daddy is the reason for your blood pumping through your body. The reality is that he is not. That is actually God. That is control of all of those higher functions of life, right? You know, you gonna live regardless if you get dick down or not, right? But your heart stop beating, then you got a problem. You about to dial 911, right? You don't get no dick. You just go to sleep, wake up, feel better about your life that you didn't go down that rabbit hole, or let him get part of that rabbit hole, however you want to look at it. But the reality is this: there are no mysteries when it comes to God. There is nothing forbidden. There is nothing hidden. The only thing that it is that we fail to recognize God within itself. If God knows his children, and I assure you that he does, he would have put them in a position where their own destruction was possible. And in creating the narrative, what I found out was that, damn, we can actually create a utter living hell. Right? We can create a utter living hell for ourselves because we that powerful. Now we got to stop creating hell for ourselves and start creating heaven. That's the power of God. Where does God live? God lives in heaven. Heaven is not tomorrow. Heaven is not in the future. Heaven is right now. It is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. So the quote unquote forbidden tree was named the quote unquote tree of knowledge. Yet God created knowledge and gave it freely to his creations. The symbolism here has been given many interpretations, but you may be sure that any interpretation that sees either God or his creations as capable of destroying their own purpose is in error. Eating of the fruit of the tree of knowledge is a symbolic expression for usurping the ability for self-creating. This is the only sense in which God and his creations are not co-creators. The belief that they are is implicit in the self-concept or the tendency of the self to make an image of itself. Right? So whenever we think that God does not exist within us or through us or around us or with us, whenever we think this, we are what is called self-created. Like we self-created ourselves and we become atheists, agnostics. We don't believe in God. And the result of not believing in God is struggle. So generally, usually, the result of spiritual development is struggle because spiritual development is a ways for people to become God, right? Peace, God, right? Peace, God, right? And of course, we imagine ourselves to be God, but the reality is that God is within us. We are housed by God. We house the God within us. We have the ability to express God's love and light. We didn't create any, like, we need a higher power. Now, the purpose of the higher power is not going to be like, no, not you, Charmaine. You was getting fucked last weekend. Can't offer it to you. That's like rain not raining on Charmaine, and she's standing next to somebody in the rain, like, no, we can't pour ourselves down on you. That's like the shade. You go under a tree for shade, and the shade just move like, no, can't fuck with you today. It'll never happen. So the God force energy is available to any person that wants to see it. Okay? Images are perceived, not known. Knowledge cannot deceive, but perception can. You can perceive yourself as self-creating, but you cannot do more than believe it. You cannot make it true. So you cannot have a baby by yourself. This is what trips me out about independent people, especially in reference to spirituality. Oh, I'm just single because can't nobody handle me. You know, these niggas ain't shit. You know, these girls ain't shit. It's all projection, right? You actually need somebody to make this shit work. I mean, we're living in a system right now. Let's Google some stuff really quick. Let's Google some stuff really quick. Let's Google. What is the average monthly income in the United States? How much y'all making a month? The average monthly income is $6,455 per month. Y'all making money. What is the average bills per month in the US? Oh shit. One's in the chat. was in the chat. Oh shit. We's in trouble, y'all. Oh shit. Oh shit. The average monthly income is $6,455 per month. How much do y'all pay a month in bills? How much money that leave a nigga with? $300. What we gonna do with $300, chat? We gonna either eat or buy some hoes. So what you gonna do? You gonna eat, buy some hoes, buy you some weed to get over the fact that you got $300 for the month for leisure. And then you tell me you independent and you don't need nobody. Man, you better do the work. I'm doing the work. Fuck that. I'm gonna do the work to be like, what? I need some help. I got $300. I got $300. You could perceive yourself as self-creating, but you cannot do more than believe it. You cannot make it true. And as I said before, when you finally perceive correctly, you can only be glad that you cannot. You cannot make it true. And as I said before, when you finally perceive correctly, you can only be glad that you cannot. You will only like think about it. Like I'm trying to process it. Like think about it, right? If you get past the fact like society will actually make a way. Like they'll give you this 6,000 they'll give you the 6,000. And so you can be like, well, at least my bills is paid, right? Brokest shit ever, right? Clock that. The brokest shit ever a person gonna tell you, at least my bills is paid. So what we gonna do on top of pay bills? We gonna work, pay bills, work, pay bills, work, pay bills, work, pay bills, work, pay bills. I mean, when would the shit stop? At least my bills is paid. So this is something that, like, if shit ever hit the fan, you'll be like, damn, I'm fucked up. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Who I'm gonna ask? But once you realize that you're not self-created, you need to be co-created. You need to work with somebody, something, somewhere. You need a team somehow. Even if it's you and your best friend that's a single mom. Get a duplex, get a 2-family home, and make it do what it do. But change this 645 change like it's Mando Dando that the 6,000 become 3,000. One's in the chat. It's Mando Dando that the 6,000 become 2,000. One's in the chat. It's 3 of y'all working together. Come on, man. Let's be real with this shit, man. You gonna come up with $6,000 a month every month, and all you making is 64. And you are like thinking like, how are you gonna work with other people? Let's be real with this shit, man. Think about it. So let's get it. Until then, however, the belief that you can is the foundation stone in your thought system, and all your defenses are used to attack ideas that might bring it to light. You still believe you are an image of your own making. Whenever you develop this thought process, you can only do wrong. I'm telling you, it's a reason that there are, let's do the research. Let's do the research real quick. How many people practicing religion in the world? According to a 2010 Pew Research Center, 5.8 billion people, or 84% of the world's population at the time, were affiliated with a religious group. Now, conscious niggas don't need God. What do you, all right, conscious niggas, what do y'all have instead of God? I'm curious to know. What do y'all have besides a higher power? What do y'all have besides source energy? What do y'all have besides that? You still believe you are an image of your own making. Your mind is split with the Holy Spirit on this point, and there is no resolution while you believe the one thing that is literally inconceivable. That is why you cannot create and are filled with fear about what you make. When you understand that you and God is doing a tag team back again, round and around, and let's begin. Party on, party people. Let's make some noise. This is how you and God coming. Tag team back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let's make some noise. DC's in the house. Jump, jump, rejoice. Say it's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air. Shake your derriere. These three words when you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is. Hit me. That's how you and God coming through. The hot shit is when, hey, hood, I'm about to start this business. Hey, hood, I'm about to start this whatever. You about to start it? Yeah. Just you? Yeah. You ain't got no help? No, just me. Okay. Good luck with that. I mean, I don't got no friends, hood. I don't really fuck with nobody out there, but you ain't even gonna work with higher self. You ain't gonna work with spirit. You ain't gonna work with an ancestor, a deity, nothing. It's just you raw dogging it. No condom, no rubber, no latex, no nothing, no Vaseline. You gonna open up a portal with nothing? Cool. You operating rogue. You a renegade hoe. You a renegade hoe. That is why you cannot create and are filled with fear about what you make, because you don't truly believe in God. You separated from God. The mind can make the belief in separation very real and very fearful, and this belief is the devil. Here he goes. Hood, I'm depressed. Hood, I'm sad. Hood, I don't feel good about nothing. I've been going through it, hood. Tag team back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let's hear some noise. DC's in the house. Jump, jump, rejoice. Like, where's you and God at on this thing? Well, hood, I don't really believe in God. I'm spiritual. I'm woke. Good luck with that. It is a powerful, active, destructive, and clearly opposition to God because it literally denies his fatherhood. Look at your life and see what the devil has made. Tag team back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let's make some noise. DC's in the house. Jump, jump, revolt. Oh, man. Look at your life and see what the devil has made. But realize this making will surely dissolve in the light of truth because the foundation is a lie. Your creation by God is the only foundation that cannot be shaken because the light is in it. Your starting point is truth, and you must return to your beginning. Much has been said since then, but nothing has really happened. Yourself is still in peace, even though your mind is in conflict. What about me, hood? I'm bisexual. Will God help me out too? If you stand in the rain and you juggled 10 balls last night, You're still going to get wet. But you must return to your beginning, right? You must turn to your spiritual self, your God force energy, your soul, dare I say. You have not yet gone back far enough, and that is why you become so fearful. As you approach the beginning, you feel the fear of the destruction of your thought system upon you as if it were the fear of death. There is no death, but there is a belief in death. Tag team, back again. Record to check it. Let's begin. What is a desire? A desire is to wish or long for or express a wish to obtain. So when you spend spaces in desire, you're actually in a lack mindset. And when we talk about blue magic, we're talking about an abundance mindset. The fact that you always have more than enough. You are surrounded by riches. You are surrounded by abundance, right? You don't need anything. What you need, you already have. When you wish and you desire and you long for, you're not utilizing the mode to actually get it. It's like going to California and you got an electrical car that's charged for a whole week without being charged, and you got enough food in the back to last you for a week, and you just gonna say, I'm gonna just walk and leave my wallet at home. I'll get to California eventually. That's the same way as desiring. Because when you break down the metaphysics of await what the stars will bring, that's like a course that is within you that leads to your success. And all you have to do is trust and follow it. It's coming from the stars. But when you say descender, you're saying you're moving away from that. You're moving away from your soul. You're getting off track. Because you think that by wishing or longing for and hoping for shit is the same as acquiring it. And really, there's a big difference from desire and having a particular mindset to get what you want. Because you could spend, it's a lot of people want money, right? And a few people just say, I'm going to wake up and go get that shit. One's in the chat if you can notate the difference. And what would be the main difference for somebody to say, man, it sure would be nice to get some money. It sure would be nice to just, get a random lump sum of money. That would solve all of my problems. If you don't address the mindset that created the problems, yeah, it would be nice to get you a lump sum of money, but guess what's going to happen? You're going to blow it all. You're going to be in the same situation because it is your mindset. Your mindset are the habits of mind formed by previous experience. So what is the excruciating work of blue magic is changing your mindset, becoming intentional, and say, I'm going to put the action and accountability to become rich, and I'm not going to give myself any excuses. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop, but I'm not going to crash out either. I'm going to direct my mindset. My mindset is going to provide positive choices, which creates a positive emotional state. And from that emotional state, I'm going to act in a way in accordance with my mindset. So what does this look like? Researching how to market, implementing the marketing, understanding the power of networking. When people say you should go to this event, follow your intuition, going into the event, meeting somebody and linking with them, calling them, learning from them, setting up masterminds with people, getting up out of your comfort zone, just put yourself in a position to enhance and improve, learning, educating yourself. The more skills you have, the more money you make. The less skills you have, the harder it's going to be for you to make money. So if you want to make money, you're going to have to learn skills. Skills help people who don't have the skills, and they'll pay you money for you utilizing your skills. You already have skills. Maybe you need to journal what your skills are and begin to utilize ways to put your skills into the market. This might take a month. This might take 3 months. This might take 6 months, but however long it takes is going to take. And the way that you get there is by having a proper mindset. That mindset is going to create the motion in the emotion. So real quick, we'll have a 3-minute video break with Tony Robbins talking about how motion creates emotion. So your actions are deeply tied in to how you feel. So if you're not doing the thing to say, okay, my problem is networking. I don't know how to network. Or my problem is I don't got no skills. So what you do if you don't got no skills, you go down to your local urban league and you ask them about Google certified courses. Do they got any vouchers or programs that's going to teach you how to do some Google tech? And those courses are fairly easy depending on where you start off. Get you a certificate and then move into another area. Another good way to get some money is guns, like bodyguard, security, things like that. Learn how to handle a firearm. Get your certificate for firearms. And then on your off days and on your weekdays, you do armed security at a club. And that Saturday and Sunday that you work armed security at the club, you might get $200, $300. You save that up. I mean, you might get even more than that. I mean, $200 and $300 a day, right? You do 3 days, 4 days a week, you save that. You save that enough to invest it, right? And that's a skill. You know, if you do that for a year, an extra $1,000 invested over 4 years can turn into a nice little nest egg for you. And all I'm talking about is a mindset versus I don't got no money, I can't do nothing. You can go down and get some CCO classes or something like that. I mean, just depending on, I'm just giving, it's so many different things. So many different particular levels of skills that you can develop and get, but it all relates to a mindset. A mindset that says, I need skills before I get money. Because if you don't have this mindset, you would say, man, I just need money. If you don't have skills, talents, or abilities, you're going to have a hard time getting money, period. So let's share this video file. Take this down.
I look at the ways we can change state. And the way I found to do it, and I've taught for 41 years, is physiology first. The way we move determines the way we feel. And so you can't influence somebody else if you can't even influence yourself. You know, very often you'll see leaders who are in a crappy state and they're trying to lead somebody else. You can't do that. You can't get someone to do something you're not doing. You can't get someone to feel what you don't feel. You can't touch someone if you're not touched. You can't move somebody if you're not moved. So I measure 0 to 10, where am I throughout the day? And it's not like I have to be a 10 every moment, but I know where I need to be in order to produce the greatest result. And then I know how to change them. In short order, emotion is created by motion. And what you're really talking about is compliance for people taking their pills, following all these things. It's all based on the emotional state they're in. But when you change the body radically, You change the biochemistry, the state changes, and they make a shift.
Chill, Tony. So what happened with me, like with White Rabbit, was that I wasn't working out. So probably like 2022. I stopped working out probably like in 2015 for real. So I wasn't working out for like 7 years. I dibbled and dabbled here and there. Um, but I had stopped working out for whatever reason. And so about 2022, I started working out again. When I started working out again, things started happening for me. Like I was like, I emailed this girl about doing some delivery for her, and she didn't respond. Now I went to the gym and she had responded back while I was at the gym, and she was like, "You want to kind of like start today?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll start today." And so I was working for her for like 6 months. So I literally worked out for like one day, and I stopped working for 6 months working for her. And I stopped working for her and I started my own business, White Rabbit Psychedelics. And in order just to keep everything afloat, in order for me to like be able to grow and do everything, like those who know me, my kids, my wife, everybody know that my main priority is getting to the gym. Regardless of whatever is happening, ups, downs, left or right, I'm getting to the gym. And I would say 90% of the time, 80% of the time that I go to the gym, I get business going for myself. So if you don't got no motion and you trying to get shit going, and part of you not having no motion is that you're not working out, exercising, walking, like even not walking, like walking. Motion creates emotion, and that's going to give you what you need. But another part of this is going to be intentional and having an intentional mindset. Meaning that you can't be like, man, it's so rough out here. We struggling as black people. It's hard in this country. I think we going for a global collapse. I don't know what we going to do. You understand? Because, yeah, that might be true. But you got to actually deal with metaphysical principles regardless of what the mainstream media is saying. Wallace D. Watto said, no one ever got rich by studying poverty and thinking about poverty. You have to be intentional about it. Everybody want to be rich, yo. Everybody want to have some money. Everybody do. But at the same time, oh, nigga, you know I ain't got no money. Oh, nigga, you know I'm broke. Oh, nigga, you know I ain't got it like that. Oh, nigga, you know how it is. Black people, blah, 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 blah. No one ever got rich by studying poverty. You got to make a bold statement within yourself to say, man, I want to be rich. Fuck this shit. I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of struggling. I want to be rich. And if you say, I want to be rich, you're going to be willing to be accountable and actively active towards what it is that you said you want to be. Because if you never say, I, Charmaine Johnson, want to be rich, then you're going to be outside of the responsibility of actually becoming rich. Because then it's like, well, how do I become rich? You merge with the God within yourself. The God within yourself don't want you to be poor. But you have to do all of the things that the God within yourself is telling you to do. It's very authoritative. That's why the God within you is likened to a father. Likened to Saturn. Saturn, God, time. You got a set amount of time to do your big one. Stop trying to be normal and stop trying to be regular. And dare I say, be bold enough to be rich. Utilize the metaphysical principles and, let it do what it do. My purpose for all of this is to teach people how to utilize metaphysics to get what they want. But if you're not going to be intentional, then you're going to be unintentional, and your action is going to be unintentional action. What you doing today? No, nothing. Oh, nothing. You've developed a skill, talent, ability for you to be as rich as you possibly can. Oh, I think I was about to give me some dick later. Oh, okay. Well, is that dick? When have dick ever helped you to become rich? You're not even going to court a rich man? One's in the chat. You're not even going to court a rich man. You're not even going to work with this nigga to make sure that y'all be rich. You're going to just put that good pussy on him. You just going to put that good pussy on him and then send him about his way. Buy this nigga Uber or something. We have to do better. So what do we talk about accountability? Accountability, you get more if you read the article. The article is the link in the description, the first link in the description, way more in depth than this conversation. But in the article, we deal a lot with accountability. Accountability to look at your present situation and say, man, I created this mess. All I got to do is clean it up. And now I have a palace. If you believe in God being within you, you're also going to be accountable and responsible for what it entails. And it's a statement. Maybe it's a song. Let me see. It is a statement. We're going to bring it up. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. If I can. They don't even want me to show it to y'all. Here we go. No temptation, regardless of his source, have overtaken or enticed you that is not common to human experience, nor is any temptation unusual or beyond human resistance. Girl, you don't know. That dick is just so good, I couldn't resist it. No temptation unusual or beyond human resistance. But God is faithful to his word. He is compassionate and trustworthy. He will not let you be tempted beyond your ability to resist. But along with temptation, he has in the past and is now and will always provide the way out as well. So even when you are in a bad situation, it's not as bad as you think, because you will endure it and you will get out of it. I guarantee you. This is why we got to talk about God, because without God, you're going to be broke as fuck. You can clock that. You can clock that. Your troubles in relationships, your troubles financially, your troubles that's going on in your life is because you do not have God in your life. You do not have the word in your life. You have not meditated on the word, because why would you? You got a fat ass. You got a large cock. And the girls say, oh, I love his large cock. And you say, oh, I'm the shit. I don't need God. And you in a studio apartment. You got $5 in your pocket. Because belief in God is actually an action, believe it or not. It's a hard verse to read. So I'm looking for an easy, what is it called? There isn't any temptation that you have experienced which is unusual for humans. God, who faithfully keeps his promises, will not allow you to be tempted beyond your power to resist. But when you are tempted, he will also give you the ability to endure the temptation as your way of escape. No trial has come to you but what is human. There we go. There's no difficulty in your life that only difficulties come to your life is because you haven't recognized the God force energy within yourself. You haven't recognized your soul. Every solution within yourself is a metaphysical solution. No trial has come to you but what is human. If you prioritize God, you prioritize your vessel, you prioritize this life and how you spend your day every single day, what's the point of fucking up? What's the point of being a loser? What's the point of living life without God? What's the point of it? You done lived your life without God, and all you got is some dick and some pussy. That's all you got. I guarantee you ain't get shit else but some dick and some pussy. No trial has come to you but what is human. God is faithful and will not let you be tried beyond your strength. But with that trial, he will also provide a way out so that you may be able to bear it. So if you get yourself in a fucked up situation, you can also get yourself out of that fucked up situation, but you need faith. Now, we also talk about faith. What do we know about faith? Faith without works is what? For as the body without the spirit is dead, without your soul, the body is dead. So faith without works is dead also. So if there's no action associated with the faith, I'm grateful. I believe that I can be rich, but I'm also going to work on my online business. You can clock that. I'm going to work very hard in accordance with my faith. If I believe that I can be rich, I also have to put the work in. And then it'll also become a reality where I have to get the help that I need. Faith without works is dead. Okay? So you must be accountable. This is not your responsibility. Other people's words, other people's mistakes, other people's beliefs, the consequences of other people's actions, other people's opinions, other people's ideas, not your responsibility. This is your responsibility. Your words, your behaviors, your actions, your efforts, your mistakes, your ideas, and the consequences of your actions. Now, if you want to get behind that, you'll develop a blue magic mindset. You can get the book on pre-order right now for $22.22. Now, I'm in the process of finishing it up, and I want to have them at your doorstep by August 23rd, but more than likely, I'll have them sent out by August 23rd, but they will be coming in the month of August. But you will be updated on the process. It's going to be a handbook and a journal. Is my gift to you is to help you develop a metaphysical process so you can become as successful as you possibly can. Now, I want you to change your life. So I want this for people who are struggling financially, because everybody is doing so great financially. Don't nobody need some help. And I just don't agree. Right? I think that we all have a level of struggle in reference to the world that we live in today, in reference to the spells that have been put on us. And so I'm just doing my job to reverse some of those spells and get you in the right energy. None of this requires me or anybody. All of this requires you to do the work. And if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to immerse yourself in your accountability metaphysically for your financial life, then you have no choice. In the article, we talked about how if we're building a building and you're following the blueprint, you have no choice but to build a complete building. You have no choice. Now, the same goes for if you want to build your life financially. If you follow the blueprint within yourself, you have no choice but to build yourself up financially. You have no choice to be at the right time, at the right place, make all the right decisions, study all the things that you're supposed to study, because all of this is encoded within yourself this is the premise and this is the basis of metaphysics. Blue magic is just a tool that assists you to tap into your own personal power. Now, I've utilized these tools every single day. Like I said, I put this slideshow together, and I promise y'all, I got a $500 Cash App. I will show y'all, but I just don't want to show the name. $456. You know what I'm saying? I need that goddamn money. Shit. I might go on goddamn the pussy site. Give me a little $40 holla. It's the weekend, but Big Daddy about to have some fun tonight. No, but for real, I'm telling you that this shit works. I wasn't expecting $450. I promise you I wasn't. Lord knows I needed it. Happy that I got it. But I also know that this goddamn metaphysical shit works. I use it too much for it not to work. So I'm just sharing what works for me. Because once again, I want us all to ball. I don't want you working for that white man and no more than you want to work for that white man. But in the ways of doing this, I want you to, change your life financially. And when somebody asks you, how do you change your life financially? I want y'all to give them this book and say, man, I read this book and it got me together. It got me right. Right. That's the purpose of this for me. Right. So with all that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this little quick video, this little quick slideshow / promotion of my new book, Blue Magic. Look forward to more videos like this as I take y'all deeper into the book, deeper into the content. However, if you want to read more in depth, you like the kind of overview that I was laying out, read this article, which you could read for $5 a month on a Substack. If you want the study guide and the journal, pre-order the book. And if you're watching this video post August 23rd, order the book. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the content, man. I'm just sitting here in an office space, writing, processing, feeling good, making money. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do my big one out here in these streets, man. I'm ready to level up. And I don't think like the way is my leveling up go, I gotta help other motherfuckers level up. That's the way God got it set up for me. So if I can help y'all in any way, collaborations, working together, please let me know. I have a large cachet of skills, but my skills, talents, and abilities, they work best if they are used, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Use me to your senses pleasure, and that just sounded real sus. So I'm gonna just end there, y'all, man. Y'all have a good night, and hopefully this video helped you. Oh yeah, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.